Hello, everybody. I'm Don Counts. Welcome to Fayetteville Public Utilities. We have our CEO, General Manager Britt Dye, with us. And Britt, a lot going on now. This is October 1st when we're recording this, and you sent 8 guys to Mountain Electric Cooperative in North Carolina Saturday. Let's talk about your communication with them and how they're doing and what are they doing.
Well, the men are holding up real well right now, and the communications has not been too good. Sales service is really bad, but it's starting to pick up just a little bit more because I talked to them last night and I talked to them again this morning. All the guys are doing great. Let their wives know that because we told them we'd let them know. Then we got a little circle of calls that goes. If they can't communicate, I try to get a hold of one of the wives and who they have designated for the contact person to let them know that everybody's good.
Tell us what kind of work they're doing.
Well, right now it's pretty tough to get to a lot of the areas that they're working in due to the roads are washed away and everything is covered up in mud where it's all washed, down off the mountains, and the railroad tracks are full of mud, the roads are full of mud, and they're running up on some really difficult things of what they're seeing. They got several people missing, and sometimes when they're cleaning up the roads, they're finding some of these folks, and it's just not good. But they're restoring power. They got the 911 center on up there. The first night they were working, but they are up in the mountains, and just about everything on the side of the mountains has actually washed away.
Okay, well, so they're safe. They're getting some work done. How are they getting materials, food, and where are they sleeping?
Well, they're getting material. Last night we did end up getting into Best Western. That's where they're staying right now. They got power and they got hot water to this point, and that's a plus because they've been taking sink baths. They hadn't had a lot of things available, but there's a whole lot of people up there that that has nothing.
Yeah. What about do they have everything they need, their supplies, or we're actually getting ready to bring a supply, but that's for the community though, correct?
Yeah, we're carrying a lot of supplies for the community, but we have touched base with one of the district managers, and they are needing some electrical supplies as far as pole top pins, some splices for some 336 conductors, so we'll be putting that on the trailer too as we go up there. What's
their system like compared to ours?
Well, they have it's just more mountains. It's just all mountains, and the first night they got up there, the district lead person was talking about they had better than 35 inches of rain within 3.5 hours. So wow. You can only imagine what the water was doing coming out of them mountains, and that's where all the damage was done.
In our day of thinking about flooding, you don't think about mountainous flooding because you figure it would come off. But when you got that much rain at one time, I'm sure it's devastating for sure, not only to the electric grid, but virtually everything else.
Right. And 2 of the transmission lines at TVA, they got one transmission line back up. They're still working on one as the last word I got last night. But they're working hard as well, trying to get substations. I know they got all the circuits on out of one substation last night. They told me this morning, and they're working out of another circuits to another small town this morning to try to restore some more power.
I guess the concept is you go to the substation and work your way out to the homes. Is that how that works?
It is. You got to get the substation energized first. It doesn't do any good to go out and repair things. It's a single-phase line or a service or anything at this point in time. Without the substation being energized, you're still without power. So you got to get everything fixed from the substation. Well, the transmission lines that come into the substation, then from the substations, you have to get the 3-phase conductor up, poles changed. They got several broken poles, and it's not that a lot of damage was done from the winds. It was more damage caused by the floods.
As difficult as it is to know our system, how does a crew of 8 and all the other crews that go up there know where to go, what to do when they get there?
Well, they have what they call a bird dog, and a bird dog comes out from the system and tells, what they need to try to get on. We need to get over here. This is what we got. Those kinds of things. But, you try to keep some of the other folks kind of separated because you got to be sure everything is safe. And with some of that, if you got generators that can backfeed and you got a lot of lines laying on the ground. So, it's very difficult to work in a normal condition when you're trying to provide all the safety that's involved. But when you got conditions like this, it makes it more strenuous on the employees, and they have to be extra careful on everything that they do.
So at this time, our guys are doing well, and you're staying in touch with them, and that's a very good thing. Now let's talk a little bit about the supply drive for the flood victims. You might talk about how this started through Josh Ogle.
Well, we understood, from posting or hearing that Josh Ogle was getting up a truck and trailer or something for supplies to carry up in that direction. So that's what we were planning to do. We were just trying to see who maybe we could partner with to some degree, or get our own truck and carry up there, because we're going to have to go further east, and we're trying to get all the permissions in line so we can get up there toward where the men are working with some supplies, plus the electrical material that we need to get carried in.
All right, let's talk about where you got we're getting a 53-foot truck. You might talk a little bit about that, and then how we're going to fill it up.
Yeah, we're going to load it up. We're taking all the donations. If anybody wants to donate anything here at the FPU office, and then there's other locations as well that Josh Ogle has put a list out there. But Mr. Randy Cuda has provided us with a trailer to carry with our tractor to go up toward the east part of the state, because we're also in parts of North Carolina. The part that was hit the worst around Asheville. We're in Unicoi County. That was some of the worst that was hit with the floods, and we're right up in there close to the middle of it.
All right. The items that we're collecting and needing is bottled water. That's number one. Gallons of water, trash bags, large trash bags, diapers and baby wipes, and formula, disinfecting wipes, hand wipes, non-perishable canned food. It's got to have the pull tops because they have no way of opening the cans, and also items that don't require cooking. You might think of some.
Oh, that's right. You got beanie weenies and Vienna sausage and potted meat and all those kinds of things. But sometimes that's what you have to eat to get by, with crackers. And
that's right.
We've experienced it somewhat here. We were out for 9 days when we had an ice storm that hit the entire county, and a lot of that's all that we had to eat. But 9 days compared, this is going to be months. We're not talking about weeks. We're not talking about those kinds of things where these folks are working. It's going to be months before some of them ever, get back to any kind of normalcy of life.
Yeah, people really don't realize how bad the situation is there. I'm sure that's continuing to try to leak out on the news, but when you're looking at it on the news, you're looking at it through a small window compared to what your guys are seeing up there. So anyway, so if you can drop off any items, we had a lot of people drop off. I think we made the announcement yesterday around 11:15. And by 1 o'clock, we already had the front lobby pretty full. We appreciate everybody helping out. And this is a pretty good, easy place to drop off your food here at 408 West College Street. We'll take them in our front lobby. But if you got a whole lot, we make arrangements for you to go around back. So anyway, so we're looking forward to getting this up to the people and helping them out.
We are, and I do want to thank the community for their support. David West down here, he's also helping us get some food items in so we can get loaded up, and anybody else wants to donate. But I do appreciate the community of doing this, because these people are in bad need of, if you watch the news and talking to some of the guys up there that I work with, and, it's really, really bad. You can watch what's on the news and you can read it in the paper. But, when you actually are sitting there going through it, seeing it and trying to work, it's really bad.
Yeah, it's bad. This week, this is our first week of October. We've been working on something for quite a while. We're hosting a breakfast for the local veterans. You might talk a little bit about that.
Yes, we are feeding the breakfast to the veterans on Thursday morning at 8 o'clock. If you're not aware of that and you are a veteran, if you would please let, I think Miss Linda Williams is the contact person for that, to let her know so we can get the number count so we'll know how much to cook for the veterans that served the country for us and made it where we're able to do what we're doing today.
Absolutely. So we're looking forward to that. That's going to be Thursday morning here at our office, and this has been planned a long time. I know we got a lot going on, but we're going to continue this, and it's going to be a good thing for the veterans. So if you are a veteran, please come by and see us on Thursday morning for a breakfast, and we'll be from 8 to 10. One thing that we've put out this week, amongst everything else we got going on, is a phone scam. You were notified of that earlier this week, and then we got the word out. If you're just be aware, some people we're not going to be calling you and asking for contact or any kind of collecting payments over the phone.
No, we're not. And we had a customer that was, that was kind of got a little scared and shaken up because she thought she was going to have to pay the bill over the phone. And so she called and did let us know, and we assured her we do not call customers for payment over the phone. And they said, well, with everything being shut down, with the way that this kind of disaster has hit, that they're saying that everybody's got a bunch of calls coming in, you can't get through to the office, and so they're trying to help us take those payments. And so do not do that, because that is a scam.
There's always somebody trying to rip you off, and we want you to just let us know if you receive a call or a text or an email asking for payment or any kind of personal information. Do not respond. Just give us a call, 433-1522, and just let us know about it so we can take care of it. Today is October 1st, and the TVA Board of Directors approved a 5.25% rate increase on the electric side. You might talk a little bit about what you know about that.
Well, they did. TVA, they passed a rate increase last year. They're passing this increase this year. And FPU has not added anything to the rate increase. Actually, we haven't had an energy rate increase, I think, since 2011 or 2012, somewhere along in there. It's been quite a while. And those kinds of things. But, it won't last forever where we don't have to increase the rates on the energy side. But right now we're able to take care of it by the way that we manage our operation and maintenance cost of keeping it down as much as we can. So, we hope we can continue that for a little bit and just keep moving forward. And we'll see what we got to do to work out to make things happen with TVA.
Absolutely. We've been notifying our customers about this rate increase for the last couple of months. Britt, I'm sure you heard it when it was coming, and can kind of tell with all the things they got going on where the rate increases are coming down the pike. And so today, effective today, October 1st, it'll be a 5.25 rate increase on the electric side.
Right, and I think of all the utilities, I think there was like 70% of the utilities that added an increase, or they already had their increase before TVA's increase, but since then, with TVA's increase, they have added an increase on top of that.
So we're one of the few that's not adding any additional rate at this time, and I know that's good. That's good that we're trying to take care of our finances as best we can.
We're doing something right, and by keeping everything as tight as we can, but I got a good staff, and we got tight budgets that we operate from, and that says a lot about our co-op. Our board of directors have what they expect as well. So,
yeah, one thing you still hear is about the TVA's monthly fuel cost appears on a separate line item, and that fluctuates each month.
Yes, it does, and that's under TVA's control.
Right. Okay. Public Power and Public Natural Gas Week is October 6th through the 12th. That's next week, and that's something that we always let people know about what we've got going on there. And public power is a lot better than private power. Would you agree?
Well, it's all about making money on private power, and you're not for profit. So, public power is a big thing, and it's good to have because a lot of us operate that way off the public power model. So.
Free fall light-ups going on. Free fall light-ups, a free service that we're offering now through October 31st for natural gas customers. And we hadn't had any severe cold snaps, but that's when we get the calls, usually when the first cold snap.
Yeah, that's correct. And, it won't be long. It will start getting cooler, with the upcoming months. And, the long-range forecast shows it to be a cold, wet winter. This time of what we've been seeing, and it could change at any point in time, but we got to try to be prepared as much as we can be.
So you can call to schedule an appointment from 8 o'clock until 3:30, 433-1522. Request not during the free fall light-up will incur a service fee of $30 during business hours and $50 after hours. So anyway, it's a service that we're proud that we're able to continue to do, and I know it's kind of costly, but we try to do what we can. 811, I know you deal with people all the time who forget to do that, and that gets really costly on their end if they don't call 811 if they're doing projects around the house.
That is correct. You know, we, like you said, we deal with customers that do not get an 811 locate, and it will cost you a lot of money because it's the law that you call 811 before you dig, and that's not only to protect the infrastructure, but it's also to protect you as well, to be sure that, you know, you don't dig into something that could be fatal, you know, and that's the purpose of the 811. And we have people that do not get a locate and end up don't understand why they got to pay, but it costs to go out and fix the problem, whether it be fiber, whether it be wastewater, whether it be water, whether it be electric, any of those services that we provide, or it could be AT&T, it could be our other providers as far as the cable and internet.
As much as we talked about dove hunting last couple of months, how did that turn out? Did we have anybody shoot into the lines?
Yeah, we did.
Oh.
And, you know, it's a little better than it was last year, but, you know, that's something to think about. You know, the law says you can't damage any kind of infrastructure when it comes to utilities, so it can cost you as well. Even though it's hanging in there, it doesn't mean that, you know, you're not responsible for what damage you cause to a fiber line or electric lines or anything like that.
Yeah, well, we thought we did good in our marketing, but maybe we need to. We'll have to.
Well, we had some few spots, but you know, the landowner that rents that land or leases that land for a hunt,
yeah,
or you know, you got to hold people responsible. So
absolutely,
you have to watch that.
Our Student Utility Board met this last month with Electric Day. It was a very good day. They seemed to learn a lot and seemed to enjoy it. Our Student Utility Board, you might talk a little bit about what that is for the people.
Well, we have another great board, you know, with the students this year, and they're very eager and want to learn, finding out a lot of different things once they see what goes on and what we do. And we're proud to have them, and it's been a great success for us. It's been a good recruiting tool for us. Mm-hmm. You know, some have the opportunity later on to come back and work for FPU.
Absolutely. We've got a couple and one in-house, one running the camera. So we appreciate that opportunity, and I think the kids do too. Our next meeting is going to be, customer service? Did I say that right? Customer service. Thank you. I don't
Thursday, actually.
Oh, that's right. We got a busy day Thursday.
Yeah.
All right. School visits, FPU, we do a lot of those now. We kind of got away from it during COVID, and then now we're getting back at it, and that's really good. FPU believes in educating the community, investing in the future, and our linemen, along with Louis the Lightning Bug, have been teaching electrical safety to students at South Lincoln School, Blanche, and also Harmony Hill Child Care. So the kids seem to just love it, and we have those little hard hats. And I was somewhere this weekend and saw a couple of kids wearing them around. So that's a pretty good thing.
You know, they go out and the marketing department with Nikki and Riley and Maggie and do Louis the Lightning Bug and do the presentation and all those kinds of things. Except our community, the children really love it, and I think we have something coming up with Touch the Truck or Truck or Treat
at
or
library.
Something at the library. I think it's coming up.
Right.
So
that's right.
I think they enjoyed that last year, and
they did.
We're participating again in that this year.
Yeah, the first year we did it at the library. It was a huge success. It was on a Saturday, but anyway, we're looking forward to that. Big ribeye sandwich sale, sold over 1,400 sandwiches. You sold most of them, I think.
No. You know, I don't believe in competition. So, you know, I always get laughed at about that. But no, the employees do a great job of selling those tickets, and it means a lot to the community. We give back to the community with that funds that we take in. And, you know, the employees work really hard to make it a great success. And so far, it's been really great. And we're going to do it again next year to raise more money, we hope.
Absolutely. So that was a good thing. Hope you enjoyed your sandwiches, and we'll do it again. Day of service in conjunction with Tennessee Electric Cooperative Association. FPU will be participating in Day of Service on October 25th. And this time it's going to be with Sleep in Heavenly Peace. We're going to be building over 40 beds for local children in need. You also met with Tina this week. We're going to give out some light bulbs, some LED bulbs, I think it is. And this is a good program. This is our first time doing it, and I know you're excited about helping them out. Yeah,
we are, and any time that we can help, Tina does a great job, you know, supporting the community as well, those in need, and we're glad to have the opportunity to be part of that. You know, TVA is also supporting with some coolers, I think, this time, and we got to get that out, and with some food lockers, I think they're called, or something like that.
Yeah.
So
that's going to be a big deal when that time comes out for sure. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, beginning October. Our crews will be wearing the pink hard hats. I guess they're already out, and girls are going to have some pink jackets. We're supposed to be picking them up today, and so we'll be starting to wear those and get out and publicize to let people know the importance of breast cancer awareness.
Yeah, we've been doing this for quite some time now. We had an employee that went through some rough times, and so we found the best way to make breast cancer awareness, and that's what we started doing. We will continue to do that with the pink hard hats and the ladies dressed in their pink, and just want to let the community know that we support and back and try to do everything we can in that situation.
As we get ready to wrap up, I just want to reiterate that we got a crew of guys in far East Tennessee. And I guess they'll be easing into North Carolina, I guess, at some point.
They've been in North Carolina for the last few days to some degree, because the Mountain Electric Co-op serves in different parts of the can to the western part of North Carolina, as far as the Tennessee as well.
So we're keeping in touch with them, and like you say, they may be there for a while, and we'll do our thoughts and prayers to our guys out working and all the other systems that's out working as well. And also want to reiterate before we close that we are taking food items here at FPU for the flood victims. We will be sending one truck off Thursday morning. Is that correct?
Thursday morning early.
All right. So we'll have but then even then, if you bring food after that, you are considering a second truck if necessary.
Yeah, if we get another truck, we'll go back up in that direction again, and because they are in bad need of supplies, and we're trying to do everything we can to help it, because someday you don't never know, we might need help here.
That's right.
That's what we do when the co-ops lose power, or municipals lose power, or whatever kind of services that they may have, and we always volunteer to do that as long as our system is up and running good. And we will continue to offer that assistance as much as we can. All
right. So, again, if you want to bring items, you can bring them by here at 408 College Street West. And, again, if you can't get to us before we send our first truck out, go ahead and continue that. And we will get those up there right away. Anything else before we close?
Yeah, I got an interesting fact that I got across this morning I like to read.
Good.
I had to put my glasses on now.
All right, that's all right.
They talk about the federal utility with TVA, because I've had several calls with TVA over the way that the dams are running, those kinds of things. This past week, especially on the weekend, of the water for the Nolichucky Dam and Pigeon Forge from Douglas Lake. Mm-hmm. And I thought this to be pretty interesting, where it says it's right now it's spilling 450,000 gallons of water every second through the hydroelectric dam. And that's 10 miles north of Sevierville. Then you also got twice the water flow of the Niagara Falls, which the Niagara Falls is around 700,000 gallons per second. And you're looking at 450,000 gallons of water every second through the hydroelectric dam. So,
wow.
That's quite a bit of water coming out of there at one time, and
That
especially where the guys are located when they got over 35 inches of rain in 3.5 hours.
Wow.
So that's what's made it so tough to work.
Yeah, and they're going to be in tough conditions, our guys, and not to mention the fact that the people from that area, and again, we want to keep them in our thoughts and prayers, and also that's the reason we're wanting to get them a food. It's really hard to hear these numbers like that. It's really hard to understand how bad a shape that they're in. And one thing that you mentioned earlier, this is not going to be a short-lived fix.
It is not. It's going to be months or longer.
Yeah. All right.
Absolutely.
So, again, we appreciate everybody donating to our food drive for the flood victims. And Britt's going to do everything he can to get them to the right people, to as close as we can with Josh Ogle. Again, feel free to give us a call, 433-1522, if you have any questions, or if you want to drop them off 408 College Street West. Thank you, Britt, and we'll be back on if we need to let people know what's going on.
Thank you, Don.
All right. Thank you for watching.